Neil Lennon is not a man who is well liked on the blue side of Glasgow due to his historic association with Celtic and his constant abuse towards Rangers over the years. However, Lennon has given an interesting verdict on the 49ers takeover of Rangers, which we will look into today. We will also go over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Serial Dessie insists he has played for the most beautiful, passionate and exceptional clubs in the world, including Rangers. The Nigerian international has scored 24 goals in all competitions for the Ibrox side this season, despite receiving plenty of criticism for chances he has missed. And the 30-year-old insists he has loved every moment at Rangers, and he reckons playing for them, Feyenoord and Dessie, has ensured his career has been a success. Dessie said, "There is a raw edge to each of these three clubs, Rangers, Feyenoord and NAC Breda. That is something I like. Some like a fashionable or stately club. I like clubs where it is very pure and passionate. That is really reflected in these three clubs. I also know if you don't perform, it's extra tough. But when it goes well, they are the most beautiful clubs in the world. So I am lucky that I have been able to play for three of those clubs that are also truly exceptional in that respect. At Rangers, Feyenoord and NAC Breda, my friends and family who come to visit all say, 'Wow, this was not normal and I didn't expect it.' I think that is something very special and I am proud of it." And Dessie, in an interview in a Breda newspaper, admitted he was proud of Rangers' Europa League run to the quarter-finals and one goal in particular. He said, "My goal against Manchester United at Old Trafford was, of course, the pinnacle. My brother texted me after the match and said, 'Do you realise you've just scored at Old Trafford?' You can also look back on that with pride after your career." I also spoke to Jose Mourinho after we played Fenerbahce this season. I spoke to him once in Italy after a match, and when I play against him now, he recognises me. He even came to say hello after the game. I think that's quite special. I was a Chelsea supporter as a child, so I really grew up with him. Especially when you consider a few years ago I was playing with Dessie Breda away to Achilles 29 in the Dutch second division. Now, Neil Lennon has given an interesting verdict on the Rangers takeover, as Neil Lennon has fiercely rejected claims that another Celtic treble would be tedious, insisting that the club's relentless pursuit of silverware is anything but boring. He also reckons Rangers' impending American takeover will only make the hoops stronger. Lennon addressed the ongoing talks over a US-based consortium, led by Andrew Kavanagh and the San Francisco 49ers, taking over at Rangers. While Light Blues fans hope new ownership will spark a revival, Lennon believes the challenge will only serve to push Celtic to new heights. "I would say Celtic will relish the challenge. I think it will make them better and even more motivated and determined to go again," he stated. "I think it's always important to freshen the squad up every year with new blood and freshness coming in. That's exactly what I think Brendan will look to do, so I think there's more exciting times ahead." They had a great European campaign this year as well at the highest level that augurs well for going forward. As Brendan Rodgers stands on the brink of an historic third domestic clean sweep, if Celtic beat Aberdeen in the Scottish Cup final at Hampden Park next month, some critics have suggested that a sixth treble in 9 years could be the most tedious yet. Lennon, who completed the feat himself as both player and manager, was quick to dismiss those thoughts and praise the Parkhead club's incredible achievements. "A tedious treble? I've never heard something so ridiculous in all my life," the current Dunfermline Athletic boss told PLZ Soccer. "I think it's very, very special to win a treble. This is the standard that Celtic have set now. People get disappointed if they don't win a treble. That's how good they are. For people to come out with those sort of comments, you're disingenuous. You don't realise the lengths, studying, preparation, and the sacrifices that managers, players and staff have to make to achieve all that." Lennon pointed out how the scale of Celtic's achievements should not be underestimated, recalling that when Martin O'Neill won the treble in 2001, it was the club's first in nearly 30 years. Now, it's almost became the norm, with Ange Postecoglou last winning it for Celtic during the 2022-23 campaign. In other news, Chris Boyd insists the rivalry between Rangers and Celtic has reached boiling point off the pitch, and dismissed the idea of a guard of honour when the champions arrive at Ibrox this Sunday. Brendan Rodgers' Celtic side will head to Ibrox as newly crowned Scottish Premiership winners, having wrapped up a fourth successive title in dominant fashion. But while some leagues uphold a tradition of applauding opponents onto the pitch, Boyd says there's zero chance of Rangers honouring their bitter rivals. The former Ibrox striker and Sky Sports pundit delivered a typically blunt assessment ahead of the season's final Old Firm clash, claiming relations between the two clubs are at an all-time low, particularly at boardroom level. There won't be any guard of honour, Boyd laughed. I think Scotland's a pretty unique place. For both teams, the respect went out the window a few years ago. Celtic can't even refer to it as the Old Firm. And in terms of the respect that used to be in the boardrooms, I don't think it's there anymore. So I can't imagine Rangers players clapping Celtic players onto the pitch on Sunday. Rodgers' men equalled Rangers' record of 55 top-flight titles last week. But Boyd believes any form of courtesy between the clubs is now a thing of the past. There should still be respect there from both clubs, he said. But there are so many problems in the past now that there is absolutely no chance of a guard of honour on Sunday. Despite the simmering animosity, Boyd expects a high-stakes encounter on the pitch, with both sides motivated for very different reasons. I'm looking forward to the game. It's a great spectacle for Scottish football, and there will be some Celtic fans back in the ground, he said. We saw what happened the last time at Celtic Park with the fans. It's great to see. I don't think it will ever get back to what it was, but hopefully for Scottish football, Celtic will want to come to Ibrox and show why they are champions and put on a performance. Boyd also believes the pressure is on Rangers, with several players potentially playing for their futures as the club gears up for a significant summer overhaul. Barry Ferguson has already spoken about it. They were very disappointed at the weekend, he added. There's a lot of players fighting for their futures. If they want to be part of something going forward, then they are going to have to perform between now and the end of the season. Maybe a lot of players already know that they are surplus to requirements, but it's still an Old Firm game. You want to put on a performance, and I'm looking forward to it. What do you make of Chris Boyd's comments? Do you agree what the former Rangers man had to say? Let me know your thoughts on this topic down in the comment section below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so make sure you join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.